We're playing Snake in RuneScape, moving around the map, one chunk at a time. We have an hour to complete as many things as possible before the snake is going to randomly move forward, left or right. If we can complete all the challenges in a chunk before the time is up, the snake grows, giving us more area to play with. Join me as we work towards the first goal of the account, unlocking the Champions Guild. This is SnakeScape. Welcome back. We are currently in the Ardougne Market chunk. In the last episode, we made a bunch of progress towards the long-term goals of this account, and we headed up to East Ardougne, having just escaped a chance of being thrown back into Karamja. We're currently in the East Ardougne Market chunk, with the head of the snake here and the tail of the snake in the fight arena. This chunk is quite useful for thieving experience, and I kind of want to get a lot of it. I would love to get up to 55 to unlock the Knights of Ardougne. And if I can do that, that will be great. So I think I'm going to jump in the game and get working on it. Okay, we've got a lot of thieving to get to. So let's start the timer. 3, 2, 1, go. First and foremost, I've got to steal some silk to try and sell it back for 60. There we go. Cool, I've got some silk. And now I need the baker's stall. And there's a easy task complete. And there's 30 thieving. Until we get to 50 thieving, I believe this is actually the fastest that we can do. About 20k an hour. It's gonna be quite slow. Hey, and as if it isn't Extreme Gnome. This guy is currently doing like 150 hours of hopping gem stalls at the moment, because he needs to get a bunch of crafting for doing pyre logs. I do not envy the man one bit. I'm tempted to run a bunch of these normal cakes back up to the bank. I don't really know what other good food I'm going to have access to for quite a while, so maybe a couple inventories of this will be useful for if we have to kill a bunch of ogres or anything really. I think a good intermediate goal for this grind is going to be to get to 40 to be able to do guards, as this is actually a requirement of quite a few inner city chunks. So it'll be quite useful to be at least 40. No, I don't want a pillory guard. Well, it feels kind of fitting that I'm doing thieving and get a pillory guard, but sorry, I can't do you. One thing I need to do while I remember is I need to go buy some swamp paste, just in case the snake goes right, and then we can start the sea slug questline. And there is 35 thieving. We can now steal from the first stall over here, which I believe is supposedly a bit more XP per hour. Let's see how that goes. Okay, as it is the end of the hour, I'm going to talk to the silk merchant. Price per silk, I need 120 coins, give you 50, nope, I'll give it to you for 60. And that is another task complete in the area. So I've got 3 minutes left. I'm going to try doing a bit more fur stealing. It seems to give the same amount of XP, but just with less clicking. I mean, these guys attack me sometimes, but I can just run up here, run back down here, and then I can steal it. I lured 2 of them into this building here. I don't know where this one can be lured to though, which is kind of annoying. Just in case we end up in Varrock, those are quite worthwhile. And with that, that is the end of the hour. Let's jump in the tramp picker and see where we are going next. And here we are. So, we were able to tick off a few things in that. We have completed 2 of the easy diary tasks. One was to steal from the cake stall, and one was to sell the silk for 60 coins. Other than that, we haven't ticked anything else off because we are still working on our thieving. But that might change depending on where we go. If we go to East Ardougne Centre, we will have a bunch of quests we can start and work on. If we go north, there's an allotment patch up here, which will be really good. It means we can get our first farming XP, as I have some seeds in the bank. Or if we go right, we go to Witch Haven, which has a fishing shop in it, which will unlock feathers, which I really badly want, as we have 80,000 arrow shafts in the bank, and getting some feathers to turn them into arrows will be great. But of course, I don't get to pick. Let's see where we're going. and it's straightforwards. This is the first time that we're going to have access to an allotment patch, so we can start some farming and work more on our thieving. Let's jump in the game and get to it. So this chunk is very useful for us for multiple reasons. One, it has the allotment patch in the back corner of it, so we can actually start farming for the first time. The second thing is this dude just here, the Master Farmer. When we get to 38 thieving, we can pickpocket this guy to get a bunch more seeds, which could be really useful. And thirdly, but something which I'm probably not going to use with this hour, is it has access to Puro, which now with our hunter level, we can actually go in there and capture quite a few different implings. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some potatoes. I'm going to pay the farmer over here to look after them with some compost, it's super cheap, and then I'm going to get back to doing some thieving. Let's get to it. 3, 2, 1, go. Then let's start. I'm going to need to pick up a couple of things. What I'm also going to do is going to buy a bunch of sack packs. These won't be too useful right now, but later we're going to need to be able to pay farmers. And unless we have sacked to put other produce in, then we won't be able to actually pay our other farmers. So I'm going to lob those in the bank. Okay, now we've done that, we'll be back once we are 38 thieving. And there is 38 thieving. So I'm going to run up and I'm going to go and pickpocket the Master Farmer now. Then when my 40 minutes are up, I'll go and harvest the potatoes. Cool, blimey mate, what are you doing in my pockets? Okay, I'm going to give up this, I'm out of food almost, and I'm going to go and pick up the potatoes for the first time. There's level 2 farming, and that only gave me 3 potatoes. That only gave me 3 potatoes too. That is great. Farming is going to be by far the slowest skill out of all of them. At least I will be able to just kind of pay farmers, hopefully, and just leave them around and come pick them up and utilize farming patches whenever I can. Okay, right, I'm going to run back down to the bank, drop these off, grab some more food, and I think I'm going to stick at Master Farmers, just because the XP per hour is decent, and I do need as many seeds as I can get, especially low-level seeds. That seed there is a 1 in 3,000. Holy crap. Interesting. I was just trying to remind myself of what it is on the wiki, and I was like, oh, you know, I probably won't get any rare seeds. I literally looked down, there's Cantadine right there. Damn. Now, that was actually really effective as a way of getting a bunch of seeds and really good thieving experience, so I'm very glad we did that. This is probably going to be the end of the hour though. There's not much I can do in the next 30 seconds, so let's jump in the chunk picker and see if our thieving streak will continue. So there's actually one thing we can tick off from that last hour, which is the Ardougne Market diary task of pickpocketing a Master Farmer. Other than that, there's nothing to tick off. We're still working on our thieving grind. From here, we can either go to the Chaos Druid Tower, north to the Ranging Guild, or east to the Legends Guild. Let's see where we're going. And it's left. We're heading kind of towards the Tree Gnome Stronghold up here now, which could be very, very good for us if we end up here. There's loads of good training methods. Or we end up going all the way up to the Piscatorius fishing colony. We lose access to Port Khazard, and that means that we will probably get back to doing some thieving. Let's have a look at our new chunk. This chunk is very useful for the bank that is significantly closer to that Master Farmer than the previous one. Also, we can start the Plague City quest here, so I'm going to get that done. And I'll get dripped out just like that person. Okay, let's start the timer and get to it. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to go pick up a spade while I'm at it because I'm going to need one. While I'm running up here past the bridge, I just need to go, I think, here and dig. Nope. Here, dig. There we go. Got the Clue Hunter boots and gloves. The Clue Hunter gear, if I can hold onto it, will be, well, somewhat useful, only if we get to Wintertodt, as it does count as warm clothing. Start the Plague City quest. Yes, please. Now we need Sears Village. So yeah, we can't do any more than that. Let's get back to pickpocketing that master farmer. I'm going to go pick up some food from the bank as we run past. And my potatoes should be ready. So now that we're 2 farming, I can also plant the marigolds in the centre of the allotment patch, which should increase the XP per hour quite substantially. As we're currently getting like, I don't know, 60 an hour or something. Now with that done, we can get back to doing master farmers. That took a lot longer than I expected it to. Let's do some pickpocketing. And there's 40 thieving, which is great because that lets us thieve guards, which is a requirement of quite a lot of chunks, so that ticks a nice one off. I'm going to continue with master farmers for as long as I can. Perfect, the marigolds here grew fully, so what that means is that I no longer need to plant to pay this dude some compost. I can just plant my onion seeds and they should grow all the way to full. And there we go, cool, level 5. So we can now plant these onions. I was worried that we might not have enough levels to do that. Okay, I'm just going to put a bunch of stuff inside of the tool leprechaun. I feel there's a few things I missed last time. And I want to put some buckets in my bank. I've decided that I kind of need to start filling my bank with just random rubbish, like as much as I can. Because there are quests that just have random requirements, like the rope for the Watchtower quest. Like, I've had access to rope before, I just never thought to put one in my bank. So I'm going to start like putting just random stuff into my bank and hoping for the best. And with this, that is going to be the end of the hour. We've made some really good progress. We're now at 43 thieving. We have so many seeds and we're now 5 farming. This has been really good. Let's see where we're going to go next. So in that chunk, we were able to tick off a few things. First and foremost, we were able to do the first step of Plague City. As well as that, we were able to pick up the hunter boots and hunter gloves. I still need to get the gardening boots, which is something I only just thought about, because we need to kill the farmers which are just outside of here, which I might just try to do. It's a 1 in 64, so it should be quick, especially now we're much stronger than when we did it in the second hour of this account's life. One thing that's also quite funny is we can actually get a Mark of Grace, because this shortcut here gives agility experience. We'd have to use this to get to 90 to do the rooftop course here, which I am not going to do. Let's see where we're going to go next, either into East Ardougne, to the combat training camp, or into the fishing guild. And it's south, into East Ardougne. This should unlock a bunch of quests, so let's get to it. This is the East Ardougne chunk. In this chunk, there's quite a lot for us to do. We've got to start some quests, one of which we can finish, the sheep herder quest, and we've got to do some achievement diaries and pick up a load of resources, because I think we need to get ready for a bunch of other chunks. It's going to be a lot to do, so we're going to have to hurry up. Okay, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's run over and do the 2 achievement diaries. We need to pray at the altar just here, and then we need to go check on the pets in the pet shop. So clicking this is going to be 1 task complete. We're actually at full prayer points for the first time in I don't know how long now. And the second thing we need to do is just right click, check with Rebeta, and of course I don't have any pets. So that's done. We need to go and start sheep herder now, and we need to start the Azil cult. Let's go over there. Start the Azil cult quest. Yeah. Okay, so this we can't do any more than just starting it, but what the next chunk, because we can only go in one direction from here, we can only go towards the clock tower down here, because we can't get into West Ardougne until we've done more of Plague City, which means that we will be able to complete this quest in the next hour, but this hour we can't do anything more. Let's move on to sheep herder. I've already managed to soft lock myself on one of the sheep, great. I will have to try another one. How does this work? I had to double check on the wiki I was doing this correctly. This is bloody stupid. No, warrior, sod off. Hey, there we go, cool. There's a blue sheep done. Where's the yellow sheep? Who the hell decided that this was a fun thing to do as a quest? Okay, there's a yellow done. It's taking substantially longer than I expected it to. No, 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 no. Come on, give me a lowercase bar. There we go. And then, let's start to move. There we go. Aha! Oh, I'm getting good at this. Okay, so I read the wiki, and in case anyone's ever has to do this on their own, they give lowercase bars whenever they're going to head back to their own area. So you have to like keep pressing them fast, and fast enough such that they keep giving uppercase bars. And when they give a lowercase bar, they'll run back to where they were. So you can utilize that as kind of like a undo. So for instance, this sheep is currently pressed up against this wall. I can't get out of the corner, but it says a lowercase bar, and I wait for it to come back, and I completely missed my click. Okay, cool. Have I soft locked this sheep? Come on, give me a little bar. I think that sheep is actually stuck. Oh my god. Let me give it a bar. Can I push it out in that direction? Oh, come on, game. Is there a couple of implings around? I can get a little bit of hunter experience while I lose my bloody mind. Nope, nope, no, no. Don't give me a little bar. Ah, there we go. Oh my goodness. It's ridiculous that a sheep can actually get soft locked on that tile. Like, I guess that's just peak Jagex design. Oh, 4 quest points? 4 quest points. Why? What? Why does this quest, of all quests, give 4 quest points? I had to kill 4 sheep. Well, okay, well, right, well, that puts us at 10 total quest points, which is a third of the way to the 32 that we need for the Champions Guild. That's really, really cool. Those are the only 2 quests that we can start at the moment. There is the Temple of Ikov quest start here, which we could theoretically start because I can train range up to 40, but I won't be able to do that in the hour, so I'm not going to start that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and buy a bunch of stuff which I think is going to be quite useful in the upcoming chunks. So I've bought some chocolate from the stall. I'm going to get some milk from this cow, and these are just a couple of things that are needed for random quests that we've encountered so far. I haven't thought of anything else. I need to think about more kind of random quest requirement items, but this is what I can think of at the moment. So I'm just going to lob a bunch of stuff in the bank. Just while I remember, I'm going to go and plant some more onions. I forgot to do that at the beginning of the hour, so we won't be able to harvest 2 this hour. We'll just only be able to get 1. Woo, 6 farming! Just while I'm running past, going to do a bit of pickpocketing. After I've done this, I think I might try for getting the gardening boots from the gardeners, because I haven't got it yet, and I don't know, it feels like something that I kind of want to redeem myself from episode 2. I killed 32 of them and didn't get it. So now we can come back with much stronger gear and actually show those farmers who's boss. Hey, there's the gardening boots. This is the drop that I was looking for. That was 1 in 64. So this is actually a collection log, or not collection log, an untracked unique, which I needed to get from part of the chunk picker. They're kind of useless, so they're going straight on the ground. That was only 6 kills, which is really, really good. So this book of knowledge is going straight into Slayer. I'm still lamping this all the way up to 65. So there's 12 Slayer. And with this is 45 thieving. And a total level of 700. Very, very cool. We're getting up there quite quickly. I'm going to continue working on this. I've got a bit more cake left, so I can still keep going. We've only got 5 minutes left, so I'll try and get as much as possible done. And with that, that's going to be the end of the hour. We were able to achieve a load in that chunk, so let's jump in the chunk picker and tick a bunch of things off. And here we are. So we were able to tick off quite a few different things. The Clue Hunter boots and gloves are best in slots for everything at the moment, as there's no other gloves or boots which are available. We were able to tick off the first step of Haziel Cult and the whole of Sheep Herder, which is massive. This gives us 4 quest points and we're now at 10 on our way to the 32 we need. We were also able to complete 2 of the Ardougne Easy Diary tasks of praying at the altar and going and checking on our pets. As well as that, we were able to obtain the gardening boots and untracked unique. So that was loads and loads of things we were able to do. With the snake facing south, we can only go into the clock tower as we can't get into West Ardougne until we do more of the Plague City quest. So let's unlock this, lock this, and see what we're going to do in this hour. So this is the Monastery chunk. In this chunk, there's 3 quests that we're going to have to work on. We can finish both the clock tower and the Haziel cult. And then Monk's Friend, we can do the first bit, and then we're going to need to kill imps to get a jug to be able to complete the quest. But other than that, there's not too much to do. I'm going to go back and do my farming run quickly and grab some rope from the general store because we're going to need a bunch for later quests. Let's get to it. Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1, go. Before doing anything else, I'm going to go do a farming run. I don't have any coins, bollocks, but I do need to buy some rope from here. With that done, let's quickly run and do these quests. Hopefully I'll have time to go grab those onions when they have finished growing. Just grabbing a bucket of water and some logs. Need the bucket of water for the Clock Tower quest and the logs for the Monk's Friend quest. I brought my armor with me because I remember having to fight the devil dude in the Haziel cult quest. Or actually, you know, I feel like siding with Haziel. Need a little bit of evil added to this count, you know. Yada yada yada. I'm gonna side with Haziel. Might as well pick up the purple dice spawn as I go past. I really regret bringing my armor now. I'm out of run. Cool, and now we board the raft. It should take us all the way to the end. Cool. As I don't have a amulet slot, we can get dripped out in some devil worshipping gear. And that is Haziel cult complete. Got a quest point, a load of thieving XP, and some coins. Very, very nice. Let's go and do the Clock Tower quest next. Start the Clock Tower quest. We're hit a 7 on me as I ran past. Jesus. Never understood why killing those rats makes that door open. Guess we'll never know. And there's another quest complete with another quest point. We're now up to 12 quest points. So now we can start Monk's Friend and try to track down some imps somewhere. So this chunk that's to the right, the one with the Tower of Life in it, has a bunch of imps in it, like imp spawns. But when I had that chunk, I wasn't thinking about this quest, so I didn't go and kill a bunch of them. But they do wander over here every once in a while, so I might just try killing them when they cross into the chunk boundary, like this one here. The 1 in 32 drop I'm looking for. Ooh, a bead. That is one positive side effect of doing this, is that we can get all the beads for Imp Catcher, which, I mean, we're so far away from doing, but, you know, it could be useful nonetheless. I've got so many mind talismans from these imps. Goodness. I just need a jug of wine, or a jug of water, I can't remember what it is they drop. It's a 1 in 32, killed 20 of them so far. Yay, there we go. That's the jug that I was looking for. That took 28 imps. So now we can actually start this quest. Start the Monk's Friend. If you use the bucket on the well, it gets me a bucket of water, use the bucket of water on the jug, transfers to the jug, then I can use the jug on him. And that should be the end of the Monk's Friend quest. Doing 3 quests inside of one chunk is pretty sick, not gonna lie. Let's party! Woo! Cool, and there's another quest point. We're now at 13 total quest points out of the 32 we need. We're almost halfway there. That is very, very sick. Now, we've still got 20 minutes left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy some rope from the general store and then do a farming run and get back to doing some thieving. We're going to lose access to the chunk with the master farmer in it next, so I want to get as much of that done as I can. Now we're level 7 farming, we have unlocked cabbages, but I'm going to plant onions still, just because I have marigold planted here. So the onions will be protected even when I'm not here, which is going to happen when we leave this chunk before they grow. When I eventually unlock this chunk again, we can pick up the little chunk of farming XP that we're going to get from these. Oh, no, no! Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Ah. Oh, that's so funny. I was tabbed out looking at other stuff and now I died. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to run back. I will try and use the same route. Okay, right, screw this. I need some coins. That's so annoying. This is the second death of this account, and it's both been because I've just not been paying attention. Bloody hell, Bushy. That chose me to not tab out while I'm doing this. Well, this is almost certainly going to use up the rest of my time, because I want to run back using the same chunks that I've unlocked before, just so I don't get any music tracks, which I shouldn't have. So I'm going to run up here, across here, back down again, and then take the boat from here to here. This is so anticlimactic. I was hoping to oh yeah, we'll get one more level of thieving, and then we're going to roll and we're going to see whether we can do some more quests. Nope. Just 5 minutes of me, almost 10 minutes of me running straight back to where I died. Now, actually, thinking about it, because I can take the boat from here, I can take the boat from here to Rimington as well. So actually, Rimington should have been rollable when I was in the Ardougne Market chunk. Huh. Well, next time, I guess I'm going to... Oh, sorry. So I guess next time when I'm in the Ardougne Market, I am going to have to consider Karamja rollable. As this chunk here, yeah, the boat is from this point, so this goes to here. Whoops. Okay, well that's my bad. I will include it next time we're here. Well, let's do 3 minutes of this, and then we'll be able to roll. And with that, that is going to be the end of the hour. I still can't believe I died. That was so stupid. But we now lose access to this chunk. So let's see where we're going next. And here we are. In that chunk, we were able to tick off 3 quests: the Clock Tower, the Hazeal Cult, and a Monk's Friend. We're now up at 13 quest points out of 32. We haven't been able to do much else in that chunk. We just died as we were doing some Master Farmers, which is typical of me. But from here, we can either go to the battlefield, into the Tower of Life again, or into the fight arena. Let's see where we're going. And it's to the battlefield. Now, we can't complete the Plague City quest until we get to 34 farming, or we go up to McGrubber's Wood. So we can't actually roll into West Ardougne itself, but we can roll into this tiny area here. Let's jump in the game and go to the battlefield yet again. And we are back in the battlefield chunk. This means that we're actually going to lose access to a bank in our next roll. So we're going to have to really think hard about what we're going to be able to do in the next few hours. I think the order of the business is going to be getting the curved and long bone, or at least working a little bit on that grind. I am really looking forward to spending a bit more time in this area to be able to work on our long-term grinds. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, a like would be greatly appreciated, and a subscription will be absolutely amazing. Next time, it's going to start to get a bit confusing as to what we're going to do. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.